ba Adelbert ng room o MLA ka Voice of the People Party na North Shillong constituency haba ay kajing kren matagas ngi po kiyeng dorbar tawan ula ong ba kajing Siew by school ki khna ha ki school private kalong ka ba e bahana ka banta ki kmi ki pa namar ka jing kiu palat ka by school ha ka shisnem ula ong ro ba ki don shibon ki jaj ba ki kmi ki pa ki haban Siew sa school henry ka dai bandon ka an ba ki private school kim dai ban shu pha Siew ya kinu kinu ki jaj jing Siew kat ka ba ki Kwah badula ong shu shu ba Lada ki school private ki shule business ban yo nong kansalong persya ya ki kato kal ni tli ki kendon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I would like to remind you that you have to finish your statement within 10 minutes. So time is allotted for making the statement is 10 minutes. Only.
10 minutes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing me to call the attention of the Minister in charge Education on the Rule 54 to matter relating to the recent notification by the Education Department on school calendar to be followed during the academic years and other guidelines for school. Before I start, I wish Honorable Minister will give a satisfactory reply after I made my presentation. The particular notification that I'm referring to is number ED dot 168/2010/166 dated January 2023, wherein instruction has been issued to all schools in the state of Meghalaya on the matter of school calendar, minimum working days and instructional hours, school holidays, school timings, syllabus and lesson plans, backless days, formative assessment and parents teachers meeting. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, all these matter are well and good, and I appreciate the Education Department for bringing out the set of instruction mostly related to implementation of the right of children to free and compulsory Education Act, otherwise known in short as RTE Act. However, I shall not be talking about the matters that have been covered by the instructions. Instead, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to inform that the reason I'm bringing this call attention is because I strongly feel that the Education Department has been selective in what instruction to put in the notification, while remaining silent on the most conspicuous matter that affects parents and guardians who are sending their children and ward to school, and that is the matter of school fees. The steep amount of monthly fees charged by private schools is becoming a real struggle for parents and guardians. And if this amount is not high enough, then the annual fee charged at the start of the year, which is roughly about 6 times the amount of monthly fee, has become almost like having to pay an additional half year of monthly fees if they want their children and wards to continue going to the same school. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, there is a lot of public resentment against charging of such high annual fee, where it's not explained anywhere by the school authorities why and on what account such high annual fee is being charged. On top of that, most of the private schools which charge annual fees are already receiving grant and aids from the government for development of school facilities. How is it then that the Education Department is turning a blind eye to the steep amount of monthly fees charged by private schools? And why is it that the Education Department cannot regulate the high amount of annual fee being charged by private schools who are receiving aid from the government. I believe the matter of school fees come well within the administrative purview of the Education Department when the RTE Act in Section 2, Clause N, has clearly specified the kind of schools that find definition under the RTE Act. It is therefore a great disservice to the school students of the state if the government and the Education Department will not step in to regulate the amount of monthly fee and annual fee charged by private aided schools. We should know that there are some states in India that have in place regulatory bodies which set guidelines for fee fixation to ensure affordability and prevent arbitrary increase. Why can't it be done here in the state of Meghalaya? Fixation of fees charged by school should be based on certain considerations. For example, monthly tuition fee and yearly increment should be fixed only after a consensus with parents, teachers, association. Admission fee should cover administrative expenses related to processing the admission of a student to a school, but it should not be like a mountain to climb. Similarly, annual fee can cover various administrative and operational costs incurred on a student during the academic year, but it certainly cannot be as high as 6 times the monthly fee. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, then there are so many other fees. Development fee, sports fee, library fee, laboratory fee, computer fee, transportation fee, activity fee, miscellaneous fee. You name it, what is all this? Surely there has to be some kind of regulation in place not to allow private schools to just keep charging any kind of fee that they want. How can parents and guardians of students just pay the fees they are charged and not be able to say anything at all? Enough said. Private schools are not a profit business. And if they are doing so, then they are seriously going against Rule 11 of the Meghalaya Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Rules 2021. With this view of my submission, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I will resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you. Minister in charge, please.
Deputy Speaker, sir. So first of all, I would like to thank honorable members of the Circus House, Sri Adelbert Honorable MLA from North Shillong, for calling the attention notice on the Rule 54 of the Rules of Conduct of Business, highlighting the recent notification by the Education Department on school calendar. Sir, the school calendar for 2024 academic year was issued on 29 January 2024. The main objective of issuing this were to bring uniformity and standardization of the school days and timing of schools. Sir, moreover, there are several new features which needed inclusion in the school calendar to make education more effective in the state. Sir, the major component of the school calendar is the opening and the closing date. To ensure that uniformity and to comply with the RTE Act 2009, which require for class 1 to class 8 in terms of school days and hours. These dates were mentioned. The flexibility of exam date was given to all schools. It has come to notice of the department that many schools randomly start and close the session, which result in less number of school days and hours. So, it may be informed that the right of children to free and compulsory education act, the school days in accordance to the act of LP school is 200 school days and 800 hours of academic. UP schools needed to have 220 school days and 1,000 hours of academic classes. So it is popular acceptance that the maximum time spent within the education institutions will help boost the learning outcome of children. That's the majority of schools in the state are not reaching the mandatory number of days as mandated by the RTE Act. Therefore, sir, to bring uniformity and to ensure that we have sufficient number of school days at all levels, the school holidays are mentioned in accordance to the notification issued by the government. Sir, school timing have only been notified for the government school to plan in such a manner that the mandated days within the provision of the RTE Act. Other schools are advised to schedule in same way. So the Education Department, in order to implement the activities under National Education Policy 2020, that school on certain days, children may go to school without a bag and learn and participate on several other curriculum activities. Therefore, as list of 10 teams of backless days has been given. That, sir, the school have been given the time to decide on which day they wish to observe these days. They, sir, have to inform that August House that consultation and feedback was also invited on the same. The feedback were received on the notified school calendar that the same should be released in advance so that the school can prepare accordingly. Therefore, sir, school calendar 2025 shall be notified this year in November 2024 itself. So it wouldn't be difficult to achieve the minimum school days mandated for UP school, UP by certain school. However, this clause is mandated by RTE Act, and there are several positive feedback as well as assuring the compliance of those respective schools. That's based on the feedback. The several others need development. The school's calendar 2025 will be comprehensive. Detail of SOPs for implementation backless days will be added to the notification. The strategy and the procedure of curating lesson plans and teaching plan will also be added to the subsequent notifications. In addition, the Education Department is encouraging schools to take up steps to ensure that gradually more towards formative assessment as suggested by NEP 2020. So, the Education Department is serious in adopting formative assessment. Schools have to encourage to transition to formative assessment. That's the status of schools education in Meghalaya needs considerably improvement as revealed by several indicators such as dropout rate, the knowledge gap, and the poor percentage of performance. Some of the main factors attributing towards this scenario are weak foundational learning, limited grasp of concept, low minimum learning levels, untrained teachers, poor teaching practice, and assessment ideas. The child tracking system for learning is being prepared by the Education Department under Vidya Samiksa Kendra, BSK, a command control center to monitor children's learning progress and the monitoring dropout, teachers' attendance, etc. More focus on improving learning outcome and learning levels of children through this robust system of online assignment assignment, projects, and regular assessment of performance of children that is formative, competency-based, and less test high-order skills such as critical thinking and conceptual ideas. So this will be executed in learning management system through central monitoring system that will be tracked on children's progress throughout the school years in order to promote their continuous learning and development. So this is an important initiative towards transforming assessment through formative approach in line with NEP 2020. So our honorable members has raised on the issue of fee structure of certain government and government-aided schools. Yes, sir. So this is an issue that many of my parents, many students has also come and met me and discussed on this issue. But sir, I want to assure you, sir, this is to assess all this and to recommend and to study all this development and scenario. Government of Meghalaya has constituted a Meghalaya State Education Commission, and they are studying of all this matter. So I want to assure you, sir, it's not only the school level. There are various institutions, be at a higher education institutions, at the college and the universities and the schools level. We see the disparity and the difference and the variety of fees structure in the states. So I want to assure you the point suggested of the honorable members has been noted, and certainly the education department and the government will examine, and we will form the committee to study on this matter too, and we are waiting for the Education Commission suggestion and the recommendation on this too. However, sir, I want to assure you once again that Education Department will certainly examine the matter on the fee structure of different schools, especially government-aided, government grant schools. So with this few clarification, I would like to thank honorable members for raising this issue and for the concern of the education scenario of the state. So with this few summation, I resume my seat.